others injured in Osun village of Batibo subdivision in the northwest region, as the act has sparked condemnation across the spectrum. Plus, the victim of the chimpanzee attack in Tom subdivision of the littoral region of Cameroon received words of quick recovery and encouragement from the Minister of Forestry and Wildlife, John Dorendongo, as he visited the man who is in his 50s at the Yaoundé Central Hospital. Also, Boya United Football Club secures a spot at the finals of the ongoing Southwest Mini Interpol Football Tournament that is taking place at the Moliko Sports Stadium, as they defeated Fako United in a crucial semi-final match that was played recently. Those were top stories. Good evening to you all. This is High Prime of Friday, the 28th day of June 2024. For presentation, I am attending Larry Kevin Sabot. We start off with the summer holiday report, where the summer holidays in Cameroon and around most parts of the world is characterized with holiday makers who are predominantly pupils and students engaging in income generating activities in a way to help their parents when its school resumption comes September. In the town of Boya, the act of hustling is not different, unlike other Cameroonian and African towns and cities, where young persons get into income generating activities as a way of survival and supporting their parents when school resumption starts. Gonu Sonita tells us more.
These are the voices you now hear in the streets and markets in the town of Boya. The pupils and students in their long-term holidays, some have decided to occupy themselves with the hawking business to be able to make some cash before the end of the third-term holidays. Seen on the streets carrying food items like boiled groundnut, oranges, pineapples, and a host of other products, one can say that the smile on some of them their faces while selling is what cannot go unnoticed. To others, adding new skills is something to do, as some of them have engaged themselves in painting classes to perfect this skill. However, it should be echoed that underage hawking is what will not be encouraged, as many of these students are carrying out this activity underage, terming it as child labor. As the third-term holidays continues to go on smoothly, guardians and parents are cautioned on the time frame in which these pupils and students are supposed to come back after a long day, so as to avoid issues of kidnappings.
And still in the light of the summer holiday period, where youth in Boya are equally making sure that they get themselves to acquire new skills, and for others it is a moment to engage in the fine activities as a way of keeping themselves busy. This has prompted our newsroom reporter Daniel Ekomimbua, who went to the streets of Boya to investigate.
Summer holiday is considered to be one of the most period which enables youths to get involved in different trades that makes them busy. Just as it is commonly said, an idle mind turns out to become the devil's workshop. While some get themselves busy in acquiring skills, others spend their time in deviant activities. The phenomenon witnessed in our society today is a call for concern. Some of these youths go as far as getting into gambling, clubbing, smoking, theft, as it is a case with some of them in Boya. However, during this period, some parents use it as an opportunity to keep their children busy in learning different trades, from hairdressing, tailoring, mechanics, carpentry, amongst others, venture into these skills acquisition in a bid to help themselves and their family.
I help my mother anytime that she calls for me. I will ever come to help her to end the person hair.
Why some hawks or attend holiday classes, others go in for these trades in order to gain skills that will enable them become self-employed in future.
I'm here to empower myself, because school is not only limited by education. You need to learn different trades.
I've always loved hairdressing. I love to design hair and all the rest. So I came here to help myself, to learn a trade which can help me in future.
Some parents on their part appreciate and encourage such move.
With the stage of our nation, so for me, I advise the children to do a trade because it will also help them, even help the parents when the school will be resumed.
If you are doing your geography in university or anything you are doing, and then during holidays time, you go to a salon and learn something that might help you tomorrow, it's better. Because upon graduation, if it's not job, you can be doing some hairdressing while looking for a white-collar job.
In all, youths are always advised to make proper use of their time during this holiday period in a bid to keep themselves busy and equally assist their parents.
And we move on to our environmental reporting. This time around, in the wake of the environmental problems that are troubling the town of Buea, such as population density, disasters, climate change, and others, a community in Buea has taken the initiative to crusade for environmental conservation through sensitization of the community to engage in tree planting exercise and cleaning of their set community in a way in curbing on the incessant effects of the set disasters aforementioned. The Inwi Wonjo Musumbe community in Buea has engaged in that cleanup campaign that caught the attention of our newsroom reporter Jabi Keti, who tells us more in greater perspective.
In the city of Buea, a town plagued by aggravating environmental pollution plus disasters, a small community in the city is trailblazing environmental effort towards fighting plastic pollution and climate change. The Eweyi Wondo Mosume community in Mukunda village has engaged in community cleanups and a tree planting exercise to solve the problems of deforestation, water scarcity, overheating, pollution and disasters. They recently invited the Association for Community Awareness ASCOA to assist them in planting trees in their area.
Chiefly, we have noticed that the heat is a bit hotter than before in the nights in this environment. And we also see that we have scarcity of water. All of this give us the idea that there is actually climate change, which is impacting us negatively. We believe with the planting of these trees, it will mitigate some of these negative impacts. Around us speak for themselves. You can see landslide. If you go ahead, you see it's a phenomenon in this area, which means even the trees, the root of the trees, they also prevent such occurrences of landslide. So I can say what the people are living and witnessing around the environment is enough. And then when these occurrences come, we talk to them that, look, these are the ways we can prevent this or reduce the impact.
On that invitation, over 200 fruit and shaded trees were recently planted, championed by the community members supervised by ASCOA.
So that indeed it is important for us to come and educate them on tree planting and carry out the tree planting exercise alongside the community members. So we are here today in this community. The traditional council covers 3 villages here in the Buea town jurisdiction, and we have planted not just trees for shade, but we have planted also fruit trees. We made sure to select species that are environmental friendly, species that are not poisonous, so that in case little children in the community happen to consume the leaves, we are not going to have any situation to handle with regards to health. Then, for the sustainability of this project, since they met us, we decided to do it alongside the community. They are here with us today. We have done a lot of planting. We've shown them how to do it. We told them how to select the sites where to plant and where not to plant. So there's a lot of work that has been done. We have planted over 400 trees that we have planted today in this community.
Being one of the communities affected by the Buea town flood of 18 March 2023, coupled with landslides they have experienced, the inhabitants of Eweyi Wondo Mosume community are upbeat in keeping their area safe from environmental hazards through sensitization and community engagement, plus sanctions against littering.
From that environmental story, we visit one of our lead stories. As we did mention, 2 persons has died in the Batibo subdivision of the Northwest region after their car stepped on an improvised explosive device in Osun village that was planted by the Anglophone separatists targeting the military convoy that went on patrol in one of the areas of that Northwest region. As the said unfortunate victims vehicle had to stepped on that set IED device that exploded, leading to the death of the 2 persons. Borbita reporter on the story. 2 civilians are dead in an improvised explosive device in Osun village in Batibo subdivision of the Northwest region of Cameroon. The IED incident that was masterminded by the Anglophone separatists has sent shockwaves across the board. According to eyewitness accounts, the victims, who were driving in a Carina E vehicle, stepped on the IED device from beneath the ground on the Trans-African Highway road as it led to the explosion of their vehicles as it was shattered.
This car by explosive at the Osun. See the seat. See, can you imagine? Nobody can come out. There's nobody can come out. It's a car. It's really off. See the front chassis. See. Nobody can come out. Nobody can come out. These are the particles of the car. These are the particles of the car. See, this is the hole of the explosive. Can you see?
One of the separatist leaders stated recently that it was them who carried out their evil act, but insisted that their target was the Cameroonian military convoy who were supposed to use that said stretch of the road. The corpses of the 2 victims have been deposited at the Bamenda Regional Hospital mortuary, while other injured victims are receiving medical attention at the said health facility in Bamenda. And we take you to the city of Douala, the economic hub of Cameroon, where traders and business persons of the Grand Angar market in the Bonaberi neighborhood of the Douala 4 subdivision are suffering from incivility and dirtiness after the municipal structure demolished the Grand Angar market in Bonaberi, leaving the traders and business persons to the open, where they are faced with piles of garbage heaps and stinking water that is running from people's houses to the traders and business persons. It's high time the Douala 4 Council and the Douala City Council do the needful in making sure they put up a befitting structure for them, as they say they cannot continue going on with such health hazard danger that looms in the air. Rita Mafani Mujoko tells us more.
The Bonaberi Grand Angar market is struggling with incivility following a wave of demolition by the Douala 4 Council. This has caused traders to be surrounded with heaps of garbage as the traders struggle with their new awful neighbors to sell their produce. The rate of uncleanliness stands at a point of exposing them to different diseases. We now sell on the garbage heaps. Before, we were selling on the pedestrian paths, sweeping the markets almost on a daily basis. Now, there is dirt everywhere and we don't know what to do. The market was never dirty. It is because our stores have been destroyed, and as such, others are using it as a dumping ground for their garbage. As previously, we used to sell in a clean environment. The hot sun rays and stench emanating from garbage heaps and grey water as a result of waste deposited, causing a health problem to both traders and sellers as food items are exposed to the dirt on ground. Before the demolition exercise, each trader had a designated sales point, but were all destroyed by the municipal authorities. We have nowhere to exhibit our goods. We are threatened and chased. Where do they want us to go to? Council authorities must tell us. We are totally dispersed in our country. The government chases us without allocating space for us. We are widows and mothers who use this business to fend for our children. With the difficulties faced by the local authorities in the Douala Granangra markets, they are calling on the municipal authorities of Douala 4 Council to do something appropriate and soon.
From the city of Douala, we move on to the seat of power in Yaoundé, where the Minister of Forestry and Wildlife, Jules Ndorendongo, has visited the chimpanzee attack victim who was bitten by 4 chimpanzees in the Ntom subdivision of the littoral region of the country. This happened last Thursday, 27th of June 2024, as the minister went visiting at the Yaoundé Central Hospital, where he gave words of fast recovery to the victim while congratulating the doctors of the Yaoundé Central Hospital for doing an incredible job. As our reporter tells us more. The chimpanzee attack on a man who is in his 50s from the top subdivision of the littoral region has caused the Minister of Forestry and Wildlife, Jules Ndorendongo, to visit the victim at the Yaoundé Central Hospital. The victim, who sustained bruises, fractures as he was well beaten by 4 chimpanzees. Bijang is in great pains and agony as more than a week after the terrible incident, his body parts are still adapting, an awful situation that speaks of the human-wildlife conflict.
We used to see it in the far north region, Adamawa and north, where elephants destroy farmland and habitation. But what we saw today, it has been something really difficult, unbearable.
The Minister of Forestry and Wildlife outlined on several modalities to be considered in such situation. So note that once we see trace of an animal, we should immediately inform the administration in charge, be it in the village or in the farm. We should all lay complaints against such incident, for the competent authorities will give us modalities to be observed in such a time frame. Due to the disfigured of his face, the Yaoundé Central Hospital Director, Dr. Pierre Fouda, told the minister that the chimpanzee attack victim will have to undergo aesthetic surgery in a way to fix his damaged face. The minister saluted the doctors at the Yaoundé Central Hospital for a laudable job done, as he equally wishes the victim fast and steady recovery. So our viewers in Cameroon and around the world, you are watching High Prime, and we are coming to you live from our news studios here in High Television. We now take you to news beyond the shores of Cameroon. We visit the first point of entry, that is the Eastern African nation of Kenya, where Kenyans families are demanding for justice over the killing of their loved ones and relatives during the deadly protests regarding the tax increase by the Kenyan National Parliament and President William Ruto. This has sparked a lot of persons and nationals of Kenya asking for the needful to be done on police and military officers who open fire on armed civilians who were barely protesting. Daniel Komimboa tells us more.
After a series of protests and demonstrations in Kenya regarding the finance tax bill issued by Parliament, some families are demanding justice on their loved ones killed in the midst of the protests by security forces. James Munya, a brother of one of those killed during the protests, cried out. Yesterday, around 5 p.m., a friend reached out to inform me that my brother had been shot and had passed away. I immediately went home, unable to see him as the city was inaccessible. Him, amongst others, are equally demanding for justice to be served on their loved ones killed. The pain losing a loved ones during such period is always unbearable. He was a sweet person and we have lost a hero. He was the most social member of our family. What we need now is justice for Harrison.
What we need is justice for Erickson.
On Wednesday, June 26, 2024, President William Ruto withdrew the finance tax bill and called on the citizens to put themselves together in order to restructure back the country.
And from the East African nation of Kenya, we now take you to the United States of America, where the first U.S. 2024 presidential election debate has taken place. The debate that was organized by the cable news network CNN took place yesterday in Atlanta at the CNN's headquarters in Atlanta downtown there, where President Joe Biden and President Trump debated on several polemics and points affecting the people of the United States of America and the world at large, as the said debate was moderated by CNN's Jake Tapper and Dana Batch, who moderated the debates. Many political observers say President Biden actually lost the presidential debates to Trump, who was quite fierce and quite aggressive the way he projected and presented his points. Aisha Mbong is a lady on the story.
President Joe Biden and Donald Trump have squared off in the first debate of the 2024 United States presidential race, seeking to pull ahead in a matchup that has so far been in a dead heat. But despite delivering the opening salvo in Thursday's June 27, 2024's event, Biden struggled to articulate his points at several moments, appearing to fumble with his words.
Right, wipe out his debt, we'd be able to help make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care.
Meanwhile, Trump, on the other hand, took the opportunity to redirect the conversation at several points to Biden's perceived weaknesses, drumming up fears about immigration and the state of the economy. Nevertheless, he also attempted to dodge questions about whether he would honor the results of November 5th presidential election, saying he would only do so if it was fair and free, and then reiterating false claims that the 2020 election was rigged.
Took two tests, cognitive tests. I aced them, both of them, as you know. We made it public. He took none. I'd like to see him take one, just one, a real easy one. Like go through the first 5 questions. He couldn't do it. But I took 2 cognitive tests. I took physical exams every year. And, you know, we knock on wood wherever we may have wood, that I'm in very good health. I just won 2 club championships, not even senior, 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way.
At one point, he said the fraud and everything else was ridiculous, casting doubt on President Biden's win in 2020. Notably, Trump currently faces 2 criminal indictments, one in Georgia and another in Washington, D.C., over his alleged attempts to subvert those election results. Worth noting is the fact that the June 27 Thursday evening's performance that took place at the CNN News Network studio in Atlanta, Georgia, marked the first since October 2020 that the 2 candidates met on the debate stage.
And we now take you to our sports dossier for tonight. We start with the Southwest Mini Interpol tournament that is unfolding in the town of Boya, precisely at the Moliko Stadium, where Boya United Football Club has qualified for the finals of that set tournament for the very first time in their history, as they defeated Fako United in a crucial match that took place today, as they have booked their position at the finals that will be played tomorrow, Saturday, 29th of June 2024 at the Moliko Stadium. Sportsman Boris Wenfo Isono tells us more.
The launch of the Southwest Mini Interpols on Sunday, June 22nd at the Moliko Omei Sports Stadium, the turnout has been admirable. This is the atmosphere every match day, where you see fans wearing their team jerseys, showcasing the unity spirit as their players entice their eyes in every match day. It can't go unnoticed that since the start of the mini interpose, the 12-man players of the teams like Legend, Fako United and Boya United have held spectators spellbound through their dressing code, dancing steps, songs and colorful decorated outfits. Fans, out of excitement, go beyond singing their opponent's songs with the case of Boya United after defeating Fako United in the semi-finals of the Southwest Mini Interpose. The 12-man players, the fans, have been very instrumental to the success of some clubs during the regional league season this year, especially the Mountain Boys of Boya United, who would be playing the 2023-2024 finals for the first time since its creation.
And still in the light of the Southwest Mini Interpol football tournament that is currently taking place at the Moliko Municipal Stadium, where ever since the start of the Southwest Mini Interpol tournament, there has been an influx of spectators trooping in at the Moliko Stadium to have to watch the matches. And the high point of this set tournament is the various dance steps and songs that are being sung by different fan clubs and supporters of various teams that caught the attention of our newsroom reporter for this day, as the 12-man player has equally been serenading not only the various players and cheering them, but the spectators too, as Sport Lady tells us more.
Since the launch of the Southwest Mini Interpose on Sunday, June 22nd at the Moliko Municipal Stadium, the turnout has been admirable. This is the atmosphere every match day, where you see fans wearing their team jerseys, showcasing the unity spirit as their players entice their eyes in every match day. It can't go unnoticed that since the start of the Mini Interpose, the 12-man players of the teams like Legend, Fako United and Boya United have held spectators spellbound through their dressing code, dancing steps, songs and colorful decorated outfits. Fans, out of excitement, go beyond singing their opponent's songs with the case of Boya United after defeating Fako United in the semi-finals of the Southwest Mini Interpose. The 12-man players, the fans, have been very instrumental to the success of some clubs during the regional league season this year, especially the Mountain Boys of Boya United, who would be playing the 2023-2024 finals for the first time since its creation.
And with our sports report on the fans trooping into the Moliko Stadium for the Southwest Mini Interpol tournament, this is for draw the curtains of tonight's newscast of Friday, the 28th of June 2024. From the month of July, I beg your pardon, you'll be in the company of staff lady Alice Leke Liengu Ikome, who will be trailing you on this newscast. Meanwhile, I will be on my temporary leave. From me and the entire crew, it's a blessed stay and happy new month to you all and your family. Good night.